Hello everyone and welcome to my 29-week pregnancy update. Today I am 29 weeks and 3 days pregnant. I am finally in the third trimester. This is the last trimester and I have about 10 more weeks left and I cannot believe it. So right now Langston is the size of a squash and my app showed a picture of a butternut squash. So he is 15.2 inches and about 2.5 pounds. So Langston is definitely growing. I feel him pushing on my ribs and he's very active still, but I feel him a lot more. Like before I felt like he was floating around and just kind of tossing back and forth, but now it's a lot more pressure. My belly's a lot more heavy. I definitely feel his presence right now. So let's get to my symptoms. So my symptoms for the past couple weeks have been exhaustion. I just started back to school. I'm full-time, taking a couple more credits over full-time, and I'm tired because I'm in school for 8 hours a day, twice a week, and then I have a job on top of that. So I'm working, going to school. I really don't have a day off. And so my body is it's really, I feel like I'm having a tough time. But I only have about 4 more weeks left, or 5 more weeks left of the term, and then I get a chance to finally rest. And also, I'm noticing that I walk so slowly. Like, I have been waddling for a while, but like I feel so badly sometimes for people walking behind me because I'm like, oh my gosh, I walk so slow. But I'm getting used to it. I'm just having to plan for it because it just takes me a lot longer to do the tasks that I need to do because I've been moving so slow. Also, I've been having frequent urination, and I'm like, didn't I just go to the bathroom like 30 minutes ago? Why am I going again? I can't stand for long periods of time. So at my job, I stand basically all day, and I'm gonna have to ask for a chair because it's just, I don't know, like my body gets so tired from standing all day. I'm finally popping. My belly finally is out. Like a couple weeks ago, someone was like, don't be offended by this, but you actually look pregnant now. A lot of people are like, oh, you popped out. You're still small, but you popped out. So I finally look like a pregnant lady, which is very exciting, and I'm happy about that. So 2 weeks ago, I had an appointment at Kaiser, and they did a surprise glucose test, and I had class, so I was a little bit inconvenienced by that, but it wasn't that big of a problem. And I drank the liquid that you're supposed to drink before the test, like an hour before the test. And a lot of people complain and say, oh, it's so disgusting, it's the worst thing I've ever had in my life, and all this other stuff. But for me, it really wasn't that bad. It just tasted like flat Sprite. And maybe I've had my fair share of flat Sprite, but it wasn't as bad as people say it is. So I drank that, and I got my test results back, and I do not have gestational diabetes, thank goodness. But on that test, my blood platelets were low. So basically, after giving birth, your body needs to have enough blood platelets so that it can clot the blood, and so you won't bleed to death after birth. But if your blood platelets are low, then you have a higher risk of bleeding more. So this is a bit of a concern, and I will be coming back next month to get my blood tested again to see if the platelet count went up. But the RN at Kaiser said she wasn't too concerned because a lot of times it will lower because of pregnancy. But if you look back at my past results, there's just a huge jump. It went down significantly, and I'm not sure why. So I'm working on getting that taken care of. The RN brought up a great point at Kaiser, and she brought up something that I've been trying to not think about for a long time, and that is circumcision. So if you have a little boy, this is often something that you have to think about. You have to decide whether or not you're going to circumcise your son. And there are lots of cons, some pros. I mean, so you have to weigh your options and see what's best. And Kaiser really didn't provide too many pros or cons. Their list was very short, and they don't really, I don't know, I didn't feel like they provided me enough information. So I'm leaning towards one direction. I'm not going to necessarily say what that is, but I've been leaning towards one direction for a while now, and I feel pretty confident in it. I've gained 13 pounds, and which is a bit low, and it concerns me because I'm like, am I not getting enough food? Is my body just not gaining weight? Like, what's happening? So I'm a bit concerned about why I'm not gaining a lot of weight during my pregnancy. So I really like pushed myself to get myself to eat a lot more food, and I don't know what to do. So I'm just working on that to make sure that I'm gaining a sufficient amount of weight. She said that she wasn't too concerned because I am going up. My weight is going up, which is a good thing. Also, before I was pregnant, right before I had gained a few pounds. So I already started at a weight that was heavier for me. So generally I'm like between 134 and 136. So 140 was already a bit higher than what I normally am. I'm never 140. So maybe that's why I haven't gained so much weight, because I already gained weight before. I had my midwife appointment today, and I asked her a lot of questions this week, and I have to say that I really love this midwife. Like I was saying, I get 3 midwives, and I get to have appointments with them and to see which ones I really like. And for scheduling purposes, I got a totally different midwife. I got a 4th midwife. And I really, really like her a lot. She is just, I love her personality, her energy, everything about her just seems so comforting. And I would love for her to attend my birth if that's possible. So she is definitely, she's so awesome. I don't know, I just felt like this connection with her, and I want her to be there with me when I deliver. Hoping that stays the same. So she's wonderful, and I talked to her about my blood platelets, and she suggested that I take alfalfa, and she said that she notices that helps to raise the blood platelet count. And so today I got some alfalfa supplements, and so I started taking that. And also she recommended sesame seeds, so I'm going to start putting sesame seeds in my smoothie. So hopefully when I have my next test in the next couple of weeks, so hopefully when I have my test in the next couple of weeks, I will be good. So I'm doing as much as I can. I presented circumcision to her as well, and clearly my birth center is biased. Like, they are like totally against circumcision. They're like, the penis is perfect, there's no reason to alter it, you know. So they give a lot of cons, and she's like, I'm gonna give this information to you, and she's like, I'm gonna let you know it's biased, but look at it anyways. And so I looked at it, went over it, and I'm just the type of person that needs information, that needs research. And I think that drives the people at Kaiser crazy, like, because they expect that I'll just be like okay with the test or okay with the shot, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna wait. And then they'll come back, like a nurse or an assistant will come back during the middle of my appointment and expect to give me some shot or something, and I'm like, I didn't agree to that. I need to do research first. So I am definitely a person who wants to do my research and wants to look into stuff a little bit more. But their information definitely helped, and it gave me some more information, and so I'm very pleased with that. One thing we did talk about that we talked about at my appointment with my RN at Kaiser was birth control. So I don't plan on having kids for at least another few years until after Langston is born. And so I talked about birth control and different methods and stuff like that, and I've tried a lot. I was considering the Mirena again, and I was telling my RN this, and the reason why I'm not sure if I want to get it is because last time it got twisted inside of me and it hurt badly. It hurt to move, it hurt to shift my body, and I spotted for a very long time. It was terrible, and I feel like I was depressed when I was on it, and as soon as it was removed, I wasn't in pain anymore, I wasn't depressed anymore, I just felt like a new person. But the great thing about the Mirena is that it lasts for 3 years. And so I was talking to my RN, and she's like, well, don't let, that discourage you from getting the Mirena, the fact that it was twisted, and so I was like, okay. So, but still, I wasn't sure if I wanted to get it. And one reason why I'm not sure about hormonal birth control after I give birth is because I'll be breastfeeding, and I'm just concerned about how those hormones will affect my son. And because I know, like, whatever I put into my body, he's going to be getting too. So having, like, those additional hormones and stuff in my body, like, I'm just unaware of how they will affect him. So I don't feel comfortable with that. The RN said that, everything should be safe and should be fine. And then I presented the question to my midwife, and she was like, well, we don't really feel comfortable giving women hormonal birth control while they're breastfeeding, especially with boys. And I was like, that was my intuition. That's what I was thinking before. It's so weird to be so in line with your medical team. I'm not used to that. So I was like, that's what my intuition was saying, to be careful with that. So, I mean, there's other methods of birth control out there that are non-hormonal, and I'll have to look into those. But yeah, that's definitely a concern of mine. I don't want to have those hormones affect him negatively in some way as he gets older. So I'm definitely keeping that in the back of my mind. And also, there was another question that I asked. I wanted to know if they induce labor, and they do not do any sort of induction at all, unless you're like getting past the 42nd week mark, and then they'll try to do something to speed up your labor. But they're like, we are not invasive. We don't try to invade your body in any type of way. Well, they want to help you, and they'll do tests and stuff like that, but if it's not necessary, they don't want to just intrude on your body, and they want your body to give birth naturally. So I have mixed feelings about induction. Like, part of me is like, oh, it'd be nice to be able to be induced so that I can have my baby like when I want to, so that I know that my husband will be there, and I just maybe I get tired of being pregnant, I don't know. So just to have that option would be cool. But at the same time, I know that your body usually knows when it's ready to give birth, and if you push it, it can make labor very difficult. So there will be no induction for me at the birthing center, unfortunately. So that is that. Also, one more thing. I'm so thankful, so blessed. I'm so happy about this, but we are moving. So I've been wanting to move for a while, so we are finally moving into a new place, and the place we're in right now is a 1-bedroom, but now we're moving into a 2-bedroom, so I get to work on Langston's nursery, and I am just absolutely thrilled about that. I just cannot wait to just decorate it. I know he won't be sleeping in there for a while, but it's just nice for him to have his own room, and it's just something that I really wanted, and I feel so thankful and so blessed. And my next goal is for us to get a family car. We do car to go, which is so awesome. I recommend car to go, but we need to get a family car, so we're working on getting that right now, and I hope that comes very soon. I finally bought Langston his first outfit. I have not purchased any baby clothes for him yet, or really anything for him yet, because we're moving. For me, if I were to describe my baby clothes style, I would have to say that I like, my mom and I are talking about this, I like for babies to look like babies, and so I really like more of like a unisex look, not really hyper gendered look for babies. So, excuse me. So I found this little outfit. I got it from Nordstrom, and it's this cute little sailor suit, and I loved it because I had a whole bunch of sailor suits when I was little, and this reminded me of that. And it's totally my baby style, and I'm thinking that he will be going home in this outfit, but you never know. So yeah, that's what I got for him. Let me show you my belly. Okay, so I'm wearing a romper. It's hot outside. It's warm. Let me take this vest off. Oh my gosh, I look huge. So there's my belly. And there's it from the front. And from this other side. Okay. Alright guys, so thank you for watching my 29-week pregnancy update, and I'll be making a video for next week, and I will see you then. Thank you all so much for your love, your blessings, and your support. It is keeping me going right now, and I can't wait to see you all next week. So bye bye guys.